It's Tuesday evening, it's just gone 6:30, the sun is setting, that's why you've got this really cool yellow light in this clip, and I'm at the beach at Bangsaen, and I've got the sea on one side, race cars on the other side, and behind me you'll see a big white temporary building stuck on the beach, which you can't quite see, but it's got Toyota written on it, and that's because the Bangsaen Grand Prix 2023 is kicking off today. Rather, today is the setup day. Tomorrow the track action starts with official practice, but today the teams are filling up the garages on Beach Road, setting up, preparing their cars, getting them through scrutineering, getting ready to go racing. So what I've done today is I've been right down all the VIP garages on Beach Road, all the big teams, see what's going on, see what drivers, what cars, what teams are going to be in action over the next few days here in Bangsaen on the legendary street circuit. So what I want to do is I just want to bring you the supercar classes because I haven't got time to do them all. So I'm going to bring you Supercar GT3, Supercar GT4, Supercar GTC and Supercar GTM. And I'm going to just go in the garages, show you what cars are here, what drivers are here, what teams are here, what's going down, who are looking for the win, who's making up the numbers, who are the dark horses, who are the black sheep. Try and get through it all, show you what's going on, talk to a few drivers and fill you in so you're completely prepared. You know everything that is going on for Bangsaen Grand Prix 2023 at the business end of the categories. There's a lot more categories. There's trucks, there's compact cars, there's eco cars, there's a whole Toyota one make race, but I just haven't got time to do that, so I'm just focused on supercars. So I'll put it all together today, drop it on this video, so let's get started. So the place to start going through the drivers and teams is right here at B-Quik, the black and yellow garage. They are the defending drivers and teams champions in GT3, and they're actually on a roll in terms of winning titles. They are the team to beat, and after the first round, they have small leads in the drivers and teams championships. So they are really the ones to beat. It's the ones to start with. And we start with this car, the number 25, Akash Nandi. He's the reigning champion. He's defending his title, and this year he's with Adisak, a young Thai driver, very promising, very highly rated by the team. He's come through the B-Quik Junior program and got himself a seat in GT3. These guys won a race at the opening round. They bagged a load of points in the second race, so they have a small lead in the Drivers' Championship coming into this race. This is the car to beat. Both of them are raced here last year, although Adisak raced in GT4, not in GT3. They're the car to beat. And here's the first car that's going to be looking to beat them as well, the number 26. This is the original racing number at B-Quik. Henk Kicks, team owner, he's been racing number 26 for about 15 years now. He's been racing Audis for maybe getting on for 10 years. He knows his track. He's had plenty of wins here, plenty of victories. So he's going to be after another one. And he's together with Isham Pieris, a young Madagascan driver who's going places. And he raced here for the first time last year. So he has that experience under his belt and he's ready to go for this year. Then the number 27 is a completely new car driver lineup. Chris Chia, Lorcan Hannafin. They have never raced in TSS, they have never raced in Bangsaen, they have never raced with B-Quik Absolute. Although Chris comes from the Absolute side of the family, he knows the R8 inside out. He's the reigning China endurance champion in an R8 GT3, so he knows this car, but he's never raced here before. Lorcan, we know very little about him, apart from what I looked at on driver database, basically. He's raced in Porsche Carrera Cup for 3 or 4 years. He raced in the Asian Le Mans Winter Series this year, and he's racing in European Le Mans as well, and he's quick and he's fast, so you can expect him to be bang on it as soon as he gets going. And then the last of the 4 Audis, we have this guy, the legend the champion, Marcus Winkelhock, former Formula One driver. He's an absolute legend, and we have Vincent with him. Vincent, he's raced here last year in this car. He knows Bangsaen now. He's quick. He's a former double Filipino GT champion, so he can do it. He can do the business. And with Marcus, expect fireworks. And Marcus won Formula One race, and what a record. I'm going to talk to him this week about that. So stay tuned, because in a few weeks time I'm going to drop an interview with Marcus onto my YouTube. I'll find out all about one race that he did that put him in the history books and is a legendary race. And I should also mention his dad was an absolute legend, and when I was a kid, his dad driving the ATS, wow, he was one of the legends. So that's B-Quik done. They actually have one more car in GT4 at Porsche, and I go over and deal with that one now. And this is B-Quik's other car, GT4 Cayman RS Club Sport, brand new car. It's racing in the GT4 class, where there's 3 cars this year. It's going to be tough and hard because you've got 3 very competitive cars. This year, TSS have split GT4 out of GTC, brought GT4 into the 1-hour format and put them in with the GTM class. So it's going to be very interesting. 1 hour with this car. Bull and Bomb, who are driving it, first year in the car, but they're pretty quick, they're pretty handy, they are going up and up each race. Expect plenty from these guys this weekend.
Hi everybody, I've just arrived here at Bangsaen. Super excited to be here. I've been looking forward to coming back here for the past 1 year since we had our race here last year, and we'll be doing our best to get the best result possible.
Just arrived in Bangsaen. It's an unbelievable race circuit. I've been everywhere all around the world on so many racetracks, but I tell you, this one is really special. If you look here, there's the beach, there's the water 50 meters away, it's the race cars. And I haven't been on the racetrack itself, but I've watched some onboard, so I'm really looking for the weekend. Let's keep the fingers crossed.
Then we have Vattana Motorsport. And it's going to be very strange this year, because ever since I've been in Thailand, team owner, lead racer, Chonsava Azavaheim has been leading the Vattana fight in Bangsaen every single year. But he's no longer with us, sadly, but the legacy of the team is still here, and that's really, really good to see. And they've brought out their roster of cars. And Vattana Motorsport, they do not travel light. They do not travel with small cars, they bring big, meaty cars. This NSX almost won the championship last year. It went right down to the final weekend, the final races. And this Horasan GT3, which Kunchonsova campaigned last year, is here. But what's most interesting is their Lamborghini Gallardos, because here we have Aki, who's been racing in Bangsaen. Again, another person as long as I've been here, more than 10 years, with Kun Keng, who raced last year with Kun Chonsavat. They are teaming up in GTM, and this is going to be a really, really strong entry. Vattana are not over and out. They are here, and they are going to be looking for wins. One of the things that's a little bit disappointing in TSS, since I come to Thailand, pretty much the same super big teams are racing against each other. When I came here, it was Vattana versus AAS versus Toyota versus Singer, Ferraris versus B-Quik. 10 years on, pretty much the same guys and the same team doing battle. But one team has grown up and come into the equation, and that's YK Motorsport. And they have really kicked the big time big. Their AMG GT3, they won in Singapore last year, delivering a tie victory in the Singapore GT3 support race. They haven't got that car now, but what they have is this AMG GT4 running in the GT4 class, and it is fast, and this driver pairing is fast. They won in the season opener in Buriram. Expect them to be looking to win again. This is the car everyone needs to beat in GT4 if they want to get the top step of the podium. Behind me, you'll see a couple of JDM legends back on the grid. GTR R35 on my left, your right, and on my right, your left, a Supra Mark IV. These cars are back in business thanks to KS Racing and Cunaran, the man in the blue and green t-shirt there. He always races the legends. This year he's teamed up with a father and son driving duo from the Philippines who races CNC Motorsport, and they're on the grid. R35, this car traces way back a bit, back to the N Sports days in Supercar. Looks fantastic. And this Supra Mark IV, man, you cannot get any better than that. You cannot make any better connection with the Thai fans than these two cars. So let's talk about black and green cars together, because we've got them in the same garage here. On my left, your right, we've got the Viper Niza Vantage GT3, and on my right, your left, we've got a Firemonkey Motorsport Porsche in the GTM class. The Vantage, it's a new GT3 beast. It sounds fantastic, it looks fantastic, and Douglas Koo, the team owner, is being partnered by his long-time endurance racing partner, Dominic Ang. Firemonkey Motorsport, they've got Sean Tong, a really fast young driver, and he's racing with Simon Chan, an upcoming young driver who's looking to make his name. A brand new team this year. They did the Sepang 12 hour, came straight to Buriram for round one, and then they're here, so they are bedding in. Viper Niza, they are getting to grips with their car. They're extracting the power, they're extracting the performance and the speed. Expect them to be heading for the podium. In fact, both cars are going to be heading for the podium, and both cars are going to have an eye on the top step. They're going to be looking for that this season, but they're all new here. Douglas, he's raced here in TCR, but they've got a lot to learn. The teams, the cars, the track, big learning curve in this garage with the green and black cars. Numerically, Porsche is the strongest brand on the grid, so we need to talk about them. And here I am in the AAS garage. AAS are the official Porsche importer. They are at the heart of the sport. The company owner, Kumbutikon, he's a multiple former top-level supercar champion. This year, AAS have got two cars here. They've got a new generation, a brand new Cayman GT4 RS Club Sport, being driven by a Malaysian driver, Adam Patera. And then they've got a 992 Cup, another brand new car, the first one into Thailand. And we've got a former supercar champion, come boom, driving. This guy is as fast as it gets. So he's right behind me with an instructor shirt on. I'm going to ask him for the lowdown. What's he think of what's going to happen this week?
Now we are in Bangsaen. I'm very excited to drive here. So the atmosphere is amazing every year. And this year they make a new surface for the track. So I can't wait to drive here, and with this car, with 992, should be fun for the race.
Craig Corliss, one of the veterans of Thai motorsport, always goes out, always pulls in interesting cars. He brought the Ford Falcons, the Holden Commodores, ex-supercar V8s from Australia. He brought in the TA2s from America. Now he's got hold of another V8. This one's from Australia again. It's one of the Mark cars, the space frame built cars that race in Australia. Endurance style. He's brought one in to race in supercar GTM. So after a few years treading water in GTC, he's back in the big time in GTM in the 1 hour races with this car. It looks fantastic, it looks tough, it looks strong, it looks potent. I need to have a word with Craig, find out what's going on.
This year I brought along a new car. I'm renowned for bringing in big V8s from Australia or New Zealand, and this year nothing's changed. So I've brought in the Mark car from Australia. It's a V8 based on a supercar. Very nice car to drive, big brakes. Never driven it yet. First day will be tomorrow's practice, so I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully I'll bring it back for my co-driver in one piece. But we're very excited and looking forward to the weekend.
So we've got Porsches, we've got Lamborghinis, we've got Audis, we've got Toyotas, we've got Aston Martin, and we've got Ferrari. This Ferrari 488 GT3, it's the official importer's entry, Cavallino Motors. It runs a Singh Motorsport Team Thailand. Team owner and lead driver Vattana Motorsport. He's a former supercar champion and he's racing with Carlo Van Dam. Carlo Van Dam, in recent years, famous for racing the Subaru in the Nürburgring 24 Hours. And he was a former Formula One test driver. He got that close. And he was a Honda factory driver in Super GT. Anyway, this is the final year for this car. They are waiting for the 296 GT3 to arrive, and that is going to be mental. That car is just the talk of GT3. It won the Nürburgring 24 Hours a couple of months ago, straight out first time, and that is one heck of a race. But they have also got a car in GTM. This 488 Challenge Evo, they are running in GTM, and they have got a top lineup for that car. Bank Kantasak Siri, he's a former champion in Thai Motorsport in Supercar, and he's racing with Prix, who's a really tough, fast gentleman racer, and also a former touring car champion. And both of them have a lot of wins here in Bangsaen to their name.
So it's good to be back here in Bangsaen. It's probably going to be my 5th time racing here. So really looking forward, because it's probably for sure the best track in Thailand, but maybe one of the best track around Asia. I always love street circuits, and I'm sure we can have a good race here and hopefully at least get a podium.
Hi, I'm Bang. I'm racing for Singh 488 Challenge. This is my first time for this car. I'm so excited.
You won't find a back end in the paddock looks like this, or a middle or a front, to be honest. This is the Daytona Coupe. It's completely distinct. It's a hot week, and these guys have done some updates on its cooling. So let's speak to Raphael, the team owner and driver, and find out what they've done.
The new different system we use in this car for this year, because before it's so hot and the engine is so hot, and the safety of the computer put me the car in the safe time, and we change all the radiator. The position of the radiator is inside, and we move all, and we put this air fresh for the hot air on front the tires go out, and my brake is little more fresh. And this is a new evolution for this year.
I don't want to talk about the support classes too much, it can take up too much time on my video. I just focus on the supercar classes. But on Beach Road, where all the VIP garages sit, I've got to mention Insane Motorsport, these guys, because this is a new team and they are going places. They've got a big garage right opposite the beach, as you can see, and they are running 4 cars in compact, 2 cars in eco, and they're running an endurance race. These guys are looking to make a splash, and you're going to hear this name more often. And Insane Motorsport, that's a name you can't forget. Toyota is one of the biggest teams in Thai Motorsport, one of the most established, and apart from their entries in supercar and throughout the TSS categories, they also bring that whole one make series here to Bangsaen. But this is the car they are running in GT3, the Lexus RCF. Now this car, it's probably not the most developed of the GT3 cars, but if the BOP is right and the conditions are right, this can really challenge for the win. And they've got 2 really top Thai drivers driving their cars, Natapong and Manat. These are 2 really fast and experienced Thai drivers. They have been racing the factory Toyotas as long as I have been in Thailand. And in fact, Natapong, he raced internationally. He raced in British Formula 3 many years ago. These 2 are really fast. They can deliver if the conditions and everything comes together. So you don't think of Toyota this week as being in the money for the win, but these guys, this car, if it comes together, they can spring it out, and it can very well come together because they have the resources and the ability to do so. They also have cars in Supercar GTM, and in Supercar GT3, as well as in compact. So they really have the full hit. This is a big garage, a big team with a lot of ambition. And if you can see behind me, the light works. They have a big hospitality unit sitting there on the beach. So finally, for Tuesday, we're actually going to see some action on the track, because Douglas Koo is going to take the Vantage GT3 round the open roads to give it a bit of a shakedown and a bit of a rundown. This is just what it used to be like in the old days. And his driving partner Dominic Ang is going to be on a motorcycle. I am not sure whether they're going to try and beat each other for times. I am not sure what time Douglas is going to be going for, but this is going to be pretty cool, and this is just like Bangsaen used to be in the old days, because Viper Niza Racing are going to haul the Aston Martin Vantage GT3 round the track behind a quad. So we have a car moving on the racetrack. The quad's clutch is gone. They are going to have to fire this up. Here we go. A Vantage is fired up. That sounds epic. It's a first car on track this weekend.